Vince McMahon, not the CEO anymore, but he's a bigwig. I forget what his new title is in the big conglomerate. But there is something about his stock and how it's classified and valued and et cetera, that we were going to get into. Let's do that at this point since we're already on the financial news, oh Wizard of Wall Street.
Well, Jim, this past week, two big articles that a lot of people were talking about, information in both of them that is very interesting. Why don't we start with the Axios article by Dan Primack. WWE founder Vince McMahon sets the stage for his possible exit.
Da, 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 da.
Pro wrestling magnate Vince McMahon is hinting that he wants out of the family business, according to regulatory filings tied to WWE's recent merger with the UFC.
Except when you think about it, who else from the family is left in the family business?
And then the headline here driving the news: the new combined entity, TKO, has registered all of McMahon's shares for sale, thus enabling him to avoid the lockup period that applies to other TKO shareholders like Endeavor and Silver Lake.
Okay, now, because, I'm like a lot of people out there. I'm just the small town bird lawyer. I'm not well versed in stock market law. But this means not that he's saying they're up for sale right now, but he's saying they're classified. He can sell them at any time. Other of these executives getting this stock may have to wait a certain period of time before they could sell it, but he could sell this anytime he wants to.
That's right. And he may be the only person from the ownership end or from the people who have shares at that end who can do that. Because again, if Endeavor can't and Silver Lake can't, who else can? McMahon currently holds around 28.84 million TKO shares, which was valued at $3 billion as of yesterday's market close.
So who would that benefit? Is it only a benefit to Vince that he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants, or is that a benefit to the company because we can buy you out anytime if that becomes necessary? Or is everybody prospering off something like this?
Well, I think they break down a few of the options here. Behind the scenes, TKO first disclosed its registration plan on page 184 of an SEC filing last month, and neither the company nor McMahon is commenting any further. On first glance, this simply seems to be about giving McMahon flexibility, or maybe even giving TKO flexibility, given the ongoing investigation. Particularly given the subsequent registration statement filed last week doesn't include any underwriters. But that same filing says...
I used to spend a lot of time with Vince. Most of the time, he didn't wear any underwriters.
The same filing says that McMahon, alongside two other TKO executives, will be selling stockholders in this offering.
No, wait a minute. That means that means they will be selling stockholders, then not that they will be selling stockholders ice cream cones or whatever. They'll be selling stockholders in this enterprise. That means they're going to be selling this shit.
McMahon and two other TKO executives. That's a definite verb tense penned by lawyers who are paid a lot of money to be accurate. Why it matters? McMahon is one of TKO's greatest assets, given his institutional knowledge of the business. That's why he participated in listing day at the New York Stock Exchange last Tuesday, despite being on medical leave related to spinal surgery, posing for photos with Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel and UFC boss Dana White. But he's also one of its greatest liabilities, not only for past misconduct, including payoffs to cover up alleged sexual misconduct, but because in July, he was served with both a federal search warrant and a federal grand jury subpoena. Although the nature of the investigation is unclear, and McMahon hasn't been charged with the crime. Throwing it back to you, Jim.
Back to you, Jim. Well, You mentioned something to me the other day we were talking, where you said a lot of people thought, and maybe still think, that this was just Vince's way to get back in. The way to get back in was to bring in these people and do this sale of the company so that he'd be in charge instead of Stephanie or whoever else or anybody else or the board or whatever. But a lot of people, I said, are overlooking when Vince decides that something is the thing to do, then that's what he decides is the thing to do until it completely flops or he does it. And I believe both of these things, all these things can be true. I think that when they told him to go home, the heat's on, Vince, go lie low till the heat goes, calms down. He had a lot of time to think. And that's where he came up with this fucking idea. If he didn't have it already and decided that was the time to act on it, I'm going to put this deal together and I'm going to sell this company. It's going to be worth $10 billion fucking dollars. And from that point on, that's when he goes into Vince mode, where anybody that doesn't agree with this fucking inspiration that he's had is crazy and blind and doesn't see it. And, I'm the only one that can fix this. And he was going to come back and do it. And he did what he needed to do to get that deal done, and the deal got done. And now he's got $3 billion worth of stock in that alone, besides whatever else he's got everywhere else. And he's vindicated in this, and that's the thing with Vince when he wants to do these things, until they either flop, the Debbie Reynolds Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas that was going to be WWF Las Vegas, or the fucking restaurant, or the bodybuilding company, whatever. And then you just don't bring it up to him anymore. Or the many things he's done that have made millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then he crows about them forevermore. But I think it wasn't just for him to come back and run the company as it was. It was for him to come back and lead the sale of this mega billion-dollar new entity, and he's done that. And at this point, he may want to just sell $2 billion of his stock and keep $1 billion, whatever the fuck. But remember, I said a while back he wanted somebody to hand him that big fucking check. Well, somebody handed him the big fucking check.
TKO itself says in a regulatory filing, McMahon's membership on our board could expose us to negative publicity and or have other adverse financial and operational impacts on our business. His membership also may result in additional scrutiny or otherwise exacerbate the other risks described herein. Any of these outcomes could directly or indirectly have adverse financial and operational impacts on our business, and neither TKO nor McMahon commented for this story.
As you would expect, they probably wouldn't, because they're too busy making all this fucking money.
If he's indicted, this is a way, just looking, even if it's not what they're planning on, this is an option. If he gets indicted, this is a way that he can cash out and the business cannot have him tied to it.
Yeah.
So that
and that may be a thing. They may have said, Vince, tell you what, we're going to set it up this way, because if anything happens that really fucking shit hits the fan, then you just sell your shit. You've got $3 billion and we don't have any on us.
Remember, they weren't a publicly traded company in 94 when he was indicted. He'll be on the board of directors and indicted. That, if I'm Ari Emanuel, I wouldn't want that. They already know there's a lot of risks involved with Vince, and we don't even know everything.
You can't have somebody that's been indicted on the board. That would be as crazy as having somebody that's been indicted be the president of the United States or something.
It certainly would be as crazy as that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But any final thoughts on Vince having the option, the ability to sell at any time?
Yes, sell. Daddy said sell.
Podcast 1 didn't want to give us that ability. We couldn't sell at any time.
What happens if he sells it to Stephanie?
What happens if then Stephanie has $3 billion? Then Stephanie has $3 billion, or Stephanie and some VC clown get $3 billion to give him for the stock.
What if they were to say to Vince, you got to go, Vince. They indicted you for diddling a midget on Broadway. Okay, hey Stephanie, come here. Listen, I'm going to loan you $3 billion. Buy my shares. Okay, here you go. Now she's running the fucking place.
Well, at a minimum, she would get a seat on the board if she had that many shares in the company, I would imagine.
I would think she'd get a plush recliner on the board for that many shares.
Well, you don't know. But we're somehow going to move on from here.
We're going to move on. You know what? The thing is, it's all about the comfort of the seat. It is all about the comfort of the seat, or in some cases, the bed or the mattress on the bed. And that's where our friends at Helix Sleep come in. You see how quickly I did that, Brian? It was just like that.
Wow.
Because I'll have you know that the folks at Helix Sleep create the finest quality sleep experiences that you will ever experienceify. Because I'm telling you, everybody loves these. They have 20 unique mattresses. The award-winning Luxe Collection, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, the mattress designed for big and tall sleepers. It's fucking huge. Sometimes it won't even go in the door. Regardless of what member of the family, I bet you could even put the puppy or the kitty on those kids' mattresses because they're almost the same size, depending on whether it's a Great Dane or a Malamute. Nevertheless, whatever mattress, whatever member of the family, if it comes from Helix Sleep, it's going to be made just for you because not only do you go to helixsleep.com, that's where you go, first of all. You go right to there. Then you take the quiz and you tell them how you like to sleep and what position and, how much you weigh. Take a caliper to, give them your body fat index so they can build this thing out right.
No, it's just the questions that need to be answered, not more information than is necessary.
Well, they don't want to be rude and just intrude on your personal life. And they just the top 4 sexual positions you plan to execute on this mattress will be fine, just so they know that the coils are in the right place.
There will be no survey about sexual positions, and there is no guarantee about anything with coils. Again, we're talking about a great mattress, a mattress that the entire family can enjoy, a mattress that when it comes into your house, you get the wonderful experience of watching it inflate. It's quite the thing.
It's quite the thing.
All the kids like it. We have a few Helix mattresses here in the house. I, of course, have their all-form couch. I always brag about that, but we're talking today about the Helix Sleep mattress. What a wonderful mattress, Jim.
You just don't want to be doing a combination of reverse cowgirl and baseball catcher and have a coil pop out and wang your willy. That's where you're squatted down on your haunches there like a baseball catcher, but the person that you're in Congress with is turned upside down and their legs are facing backwards while their head is looking at your coin purse. But folks, again, everybody's unique and everybody sleeps differently, and that's why Helix has all these different models to choose from. They'll help you pick the right one for you, and then
I'll have the Johnny Bench.
And if the Johnny Bench, as a matter of fact, I won't even mention that person's name. He's still alive, but he was a master of that in Norfolk, Virginia.
I'll have the Yogi Berra.
I took the Helix Sleep quiz, and I got matched up with a model that I wanted, and you will too. And these models, they've been to modeling school and everything. And these models will come and knock on your door and they'll be matched up with, because Helix Sleep also performs a dating service.
No, they do not.
And they will match you up with a model. No, a model mattress is what it is. I'm sorry, I was misreading the copy. You're going to have to pick up your own model. But they have different model mattresses that they can match you up with. And they've got years of extensive mattress expertise. Every single person working for Helix Sleep has slept at least once a day their entire life. They're very experienced. And they know about your firmness preferences and sleep positions because they're peeking in your window at night.
No, once again, you just, for no good reason, go too far. No one will be peeking in your window.
Of course, it wouldn't be possible to peep in everybody's window. They don't peek in it.
No.
The people that go to the website, they get a special tracker put on them. They're going to peep into your window.
No, they don't. Let's not even joke about this. There will be no trackers. There will be no peepers. There will be no peekers. There will be nothing you have to worry about except having a great night's sleep on your brand new Helix Sleep mattress with no one looking through the window.
That comes with a 15-year manufacturer's warranty if it's the Elite Collection, and the same 100-night trial as the rest of Helix's mattresses. The rest of them have a 10-year warranty. I mean, how long do you expect to live? You think you're going to have this there? You got to make it another 10 years? If you're not sure, just go ahead and buy the mattress. Don't worry about the warranty. And if you're nervous about buying a mattress online, don't be, because you'll never know that anybody has laid on this before, because they have a team of mattress specialists that clean these things up every time they come in and they get sent back out again. No, you actually, hold on, it says here you get a new one every time. Son of a gun. How do they afford to do that with these low prices?
Brand new and wonderful Helix Sleep mattress.
That's exactly right. So, once again, they support us, wink, wink, nod, nod, in more ways than one, both lumbar support and financial support. So, why don't you support them? Go right now to helixsleep.com/JCE, and you're going to get 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows to rest your weary heads upon. Go to Helix, HELIX, sleep.com/JCE, 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. Whether you get the wee little mattress for the wee little people or the big mattress for your corpulent, fat, disgusting relative of whatever type, or anything in between, 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows.
That's right. Helix Sleep.
Yes, .com/JCE.